Hey everybody, this is Everyman with Everyman's 40K channel. Bright and early, got the sun out, got the coffee brewing. So we're going to open this baby up. This is going to be part 7 as we discussed in part 6. This is going to be about the bridge and the road. So as you can see here, I have pre-cut on the table, and we have moved back to the table to do this. I have pre-cut 6 different half-inch lengths of poster board. So that's all this is just a little bit thick. It's called matte, the same stuff you'd use around picture frames and stuff. A little bit thicker than just straight poster board that kids would use to draw pictures and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to make 2 I-beams. Just to give you a reference of the style of bridge that we're going to build what's called a Bailey bridge or a Bailey type bridge. I'm not going to replicate it to the exact, points, but basically I'll throw up a couple pictures here. You guys could get a look at those, and that's kind of essentially what a Bailey bridge is. It's a military style bridge that uses I-beams, trusses, other kind of just steel cross members and whatever, just to kind of bang a quick bridge out. So what we're going to do is we're going to build that style of bridge because it's the easiest to build. Basically just I-beams and cross-hatch structures, X's and whatever. Then we're going to go ahead and do a little imperial kind of facade to it, make it look more imperial by using the curved arches and, plates and things to it. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing we have to do is we have to build the 2 main structures that are going to span the length of the storm drain, and that's 2 I-beams, to left and the right side. All right, so that's one. So we're going to go ahead, build the other one, same way, just basically glue it, and then we'll start working on the table part of it. And I'll take you over and I'll do some freeform camera work, and we'll take you over to the table to show you what we got. Okay, so let me build this next one and I'll be back. Okay, so we have both the I-beams done, and we're back here at the display board. And as you can see over here, I've drilled a hole, and then up here I've also drilled a hole. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to put a hole over here and another one up here. And what's going to go in these holes is we're going to take some of that leftover 3/4 PVC pipe, and we're going to put that in the hole. We're going to glue that down and do some little filler work right here and here, all 4 points. And we're going to use those as pilings, like concrete pilings, like you'd see the guys doing on the freeway, pounding down pilings that would then get reinforced rebar and concreted in. So we're going to establish 4 pilings, 2 here and then 2 over here on this side. And then this I-beam is going to get kind of welded or mounted to the top of those pilings and run across there. Next thing for the display board is we're going to go ahead and we're going to drill the holes. I went ahead and I showed you over there, we already have 2 holes drilled here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drill the 2 other holes. I'm going to take this drill bit that you see right here on the table. Basically what we did is we took a hole saw right there and I ground it down. This is a wood auger bit or a wood hole saw, and I just took a grinder and I ground it down. Basically I made a spade or a spade bit or a spade bit. So we're just going to drill a hole here and over here. So let's get this done. Just like that, that's it. So then come in there with the razor blade, clean that off or clean it out all the way to the bottom. And there we go. Then we're just going to go ahead and bury that 3/4 inch PVC pipe, cut it 4 pieces, about an inch and a half tall, and then put them in there and glue them. I went out into the garage and I went ahead and I cut me some PVC pipe at 1 1/4 inch. Then we took some thin paper or poster board and we just covered it. So now I have the pilings. So each one of these can go inside the hole or where it's supposed to go. It's home, let's say. And then as you can see here, from there, from 3 to 10, right? So I'm going to go 7 inches edge to edge. So that way, those will be 7 inches edge to edge, and then centered. And this runs along a line here. As you can tell, that's the road line. That way I center everything so that when I put this I-beam down, the I-beam will be off the road. As you can tell, these are kind of, I jacked these up a little bit where I drilled the holes. So I had to open all 4 holes, all 4 locations. I had to open it up bigger. So I'm going to have to do some repair work. So I screwed up a little bit. So I didn't consider the full width of the road and that everything kind of had to be outside that and run down that line. So anyway, it's corrected now. I have repair work to do. Let me glue everything down and then I'll come back and we'll start building the bridge like I said. So I have these glued down now and they are sturdy. They are not going anywhere, let me tell you. So as you can see here, this is the road area. I went ahead, let me grab the bridge. You can see here, I went ahead and did some I-beam work with the stir sticks, got them all glued in. So this is the foundation or the base structure. And then it's going to sit right in here like this. Then I've cut some strips of poster board at 1/2 inch. So we're going to lay these in here. Right across this with the inch gap or 1/8 inch gap. So about 2 to 3 mils. So as you can see, everything's starting to come into shape. Now I do have to trim these up, but the next thing I have to do is I have to take this area here and I have to gouge it out or clean it out about 1/4 inch deep, because what I got to do is, again, I want to run this 1/4 inch cork board flush. So I got a lot of work to do. And believe me, this right here, it's a pain in the butt because styrofoam, working with styrofoam sucks. So other than just cutting and slicing and cleaning it out, I have no other strategy of making it faster. So basically what I'm doing is I'm coming in here and I'm just slicing down to length like this, about a 1/4 inch deep, roughly. And then I just got to start picking it out, clearing it out. All right, let me do the other side and I'll come back. So now that we've got the superstructure built and all squared up and ready to go, put on the pilings, next it's time to build the risers or the walls. So what I've done is I've done an old school method here where I've laid out the picture of what I want the riser to look like. I say it's an old school method because this is how you build balsa wood airplanes, remote control airplanes. So again, we're going to use this method. I've done this in the past, building actual balsa wood airplanes. So I'm going to build, I need 4 of these. What I've done is I've pre-cut a whole bunch of 1/4 inch strips. As we've discussed, or as I stated earlier, these are 1/2 inch on the superstructure. So we're going to go with 1/4 inch, and then that way we'll be able to lay those on the top. We got a pencil, 1 pair of scissors is all we need. We got our glue and our zap kicker. So we're going to go ahead and just start. So the first thing we do, go ahead, lay this down like this. Okay, so that's 1 built, and that's it. So now we're going to work on the other 3. The wax paper allows it to come off. Just like that. So we got all 4 built. So here's the magic, what I was talking about. So you build one, then you flip the other one over, and then when you put them together, you have your trusses or your X's. So you build one, you put 2 together, and then because this is a 1/2 inch, this is going to be able to be dropped right onto there like that. So really easy, super clean, super nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these separated. I'm going to take these to the other table, which is flat over here. And then I'm going to glue these together. So I'm going to bond the 4 into 2, and then we're going to bond into there like that. So we're going to get everything together, ready to be placed onto our table or onto our display board. Okay, so here we go. A little free-flowing camera action here. Just want to catch you up. So this is where we're at. We got the right side cork space cut out and cork laying in. We got the left side cork laying down inside. We got the bridge in, still temporary, not all the way in, so I can lift it out. We still have LED work to do, but we have the stringers on. Each one of these stringers is going to get 2 rivets each going across each one. So again, just to give it a little bit more of that industrial feel of steel and riveting and welding. Give you a look there, you can see the pilings that we loaded in there. So those will be colored different color obviously than the ground color, so something light gray or something like concrete. So you'll be able to see those. So coming along nicely, we got the back prime on the storm drain, you know, the outlet. So it's all dark inside there, so when the water comes out, you know, you won't be able to see it until it gets out. So here, over here, I'm starting to work on the crater. So we're going to put a crater over here in the upper left quadrant, and basically all this is kind of digging out to create the low, and then when we build the terrain, we're going to build up and create the high point of the crater. So just give a little bit more depth, and then inside the crater we're going to go with the rhino. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that yet, but I've got a blown out rhino that we're going to stick in there, and we're going to have it hitting a tree. So again, I got a lot of work to do over here, and we're just starting. Went ahead and I tore up the road because it's going to be part of the crater and it's going to be split. So we're going to have damaged the road, big chunk missing, chunk out here missing. So again, that's what's next. So I decided to work on the crater. I put this bridge down for a little bit because the next thing I got to do is figure out the LEDs, and I'm not ready to go back to electronics yet. Okay, so that's where we're at. Basically, this is again just digging out, and I'll come back as soon as we get into this and we start actually building the crater up. But right now, I'm just making a low. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. So there's no reason for me not to film this. What I'll do is I'll film me making this crater, and then what I'll do is I'll just time lapse it. So because it is going to take a while, but I'll go ahead and I'll get it on tape so that you guys can see kind of my process and thinking and everything. We're going to get the aluminum foil. We're going to get the tape. I got some masking tape, and basically that's the first part, is dig this out, aluminum foil around, masking tape the aluminum foil down, and then when we do the actual ground cover and the terrain, that's when we'll go ahead and throw the rocks and add the road and the asphalt and broken concrete and stuff like that. So basically all this is X-Acto blade and digging down as deep as I think I need to go, and creating the width of the crater, or the overall size, the circumference. Okay, that's it. Crater's done. So now the aluminum foil with the tape. Now, I got aggressive with the tape. But the reason why I get so aggressive with the tape is at this point now, the aluminum foil underneath still has the ability to be shaped and manipulated. So this gives it a shell or some type of a structure or binding agent that where when I put it into shape, now it sticks and it stays. Then on top of this, what we're going to do is we can go ahead and we can do our landscaping or our terrain and go ahead and, take our roads and our streets and buckle them, cut these, do what we want, have a piece of road inside here. And then you see me here, push this down inside there. And then what I'll do is underneath here, I'll build this up a little bit so that underneath here, it's cockeyed. Okay, so here's where we're at. We have the crater done, the rhino in position. Well, actually, crater's not done, but crater in place, rhino in position, road in place, not glued down, bridge in place, not glued down, and you'll notice something has changed, right? So now we have the LEDs. So I'm going to show you my solution for getting the LEDs onto the bridge. And then over on the far right, you can kind of see that power supply over there kind of hinting that we're going to get ready to crank this thing up a little bit. And I'm going to show you what's going on. So let me get this and I'm going to bring you into a little close-up here. So here is what we decided to do. So these are sort of like stanchions or angle iron. So you can see the wires back in there behind the angle iron that I built. Then I bent another piece of poster board. So that would be like a 90-degree bend in a piece of steel, basically. Drilled the I-beam, tucked everything in, so now the wires are very minimal, not exposed. I didn't want to expose all the wires and have them running all over the place. We've soldered all the red wires together and all the black wires together underneath. Again, going to hide all this. We're going to run this in parallel. So that's it. So you can see. So I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to terminate the wires the same. And then I'm going to hook them all up. And then we're going to plunge, or we're going to drill a hole to get to the underneath of the board and then run across and hook them up. But let's run a test. So here we go. I'm going to show you real quick what this is going to kind of sort of look like. So we're going to place this here, temporary. We're going to fire up this power supply over here on the right hand side. Now we're plugged in. Now check it out. And these are going to be blinking. So even this is not done. I got something underneath the table that's going to allow them to flash or blink. So we're going to apply 3 volts. And there we go. Bingo bango. So bring this, well, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to ground them out. So there you go. I mean, they're on. They're going to flash. So hopefully you can see that. Let me zoom in. Turn the camera here a little bit. Right there. Okay, so we are done. So let's check this out. So as I discussed, there you go. All 8 LEDs attached. Flip this baby over. You can see the wiring job underneath here. So we have one side, positive, running across, connected to the positive, which is this red solid core wire that's got the red stripe on it. Then we've got ground running along this beam, hidden. So you got the wire under there. then attached right there to the ground. So all the grounds are going to run to ground. All the positives going to run to positive. So the next thing we have is a test. So we're going to test this. I got the power supply running over there already. So here, these two wires, right, these long wires, they are going to run right here. I'm going to drill a hole to the backside of this piling, and I'm going to go down and through the MDF board into the other side underneath the board. And that's right here, these two long wires. So they will even be hidden running down the back of that piling. So I'm going to wrap this up. This is a long video. So this is, again, part 7. We're going to try to finish this whole board in 10 parts. So we've got part 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to try to be done. So in 8, 9, and 10, we're going to start the buildings. We're going to start the terrain. We're going to start gluing down the road and then painting. And 10 is going to be the wrap-up. Most likely around 9, I'm going to go ahead and do a full test. I'm going to test the music, the water, the sound, the lights, LEDs, everything. And that will be a reveal for you guys. So that's what's going on. That's what's coming up. Okay, so we're going to close this one out like we always do. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, hit that like button, and please tell all your friends on social media, check out this guy. He's doing a Chaos Nights display board. Go watch the 10-part series once it's completed. Okay, guys, like we always say on the channel, may all your dice rolls come up 6s unless you're looking for that 1. Peace out, fellas.